grade 4 today, inshallah, we will start with lesson 1 from chapter 6. The whole chapter is actually about divide by one-digit number. Since we finished multiplying, so now we will go to divide, okay? And we will start with divide, multiples of 10 and 100 and 1,000, etc. Yani we will use a pattern to divide, exactly as we did in lesson 1 in chapter 5, which is actually using a pattern, multiples of 10 to multiply. Okay, we said before that multiples of 10 is actually numbers that have zeros at their end right. Okay, they have zeros. Okay, now to divide, I should ask myself, how can we use or how can I use the patterns to divide multiples of 10? How can I do that? Actually, miss, I will tell you, when you divide multiples of 10 or 100 or 1,000, 10,000, etc., you have to know your basic facts. Okay, and we know what are the basic facts. We talk them actually in multiplying. The basic facts are the numbers that if you have in multiples, you have 0 and other numbers, right? For example, 70, you have 0 and 7. 7, I call it the basic facts, okay? You have, for example, 240. Now, 0, you have a 24 and 0. Okay, other numbers than 0 are the basic facts, which is here, for example, 24. Okay, now I will use them. If you knowing your basic facts and the place value pattern, it can help you to find the answer. Look, yeah, miss, for example, now I want to tell you something. Maybe it's a little, you will learn it later for sure in details, but it's just good to tell you names about, when we divide, the names for the dividend, the quotient, the divisor, etc. I just want to tell it to you, and later, inshallah, you will learn it more and you will hear it from me more. Look. Now, first of all, this is the symbol I use it for division. So this is the division, okay? The multiply symbol was the cross. Here, this symbol, I use it for division. Now, the number, okay, to the left of the division symbol, I call it the dividend. The number to the right of the division symbol, I call it the divisor. And the answer for sure, the answer from the division operation, I call it the quotient, which is so important. I want you to remember that the quotient, the most important thing today is to learn that the quotient is the answer for the division operation or for the division. Now look here, miss. If you divide 10 divided by 2, okay? Now related it, what's a number I multiply it by 2 will give me 10. It will be 5. So actually 10 divided by 2 will give you 5. Now what about if you divide 100 divided by 2? Now, as I said, you will look for the basic facts. Here, actually 0 is an extra number and 10 here is the basic facts because 10 is a multiple of 2. Yani you can divide 10 divided by 2 with no remainder, yes. Now 10 divided by 2 is actually 5. And you will look, how many zeros do I have left? 1 0, I will put it with the quotient, okay? With the answer in the quotient or with the quotient, okay? Then, what about if I'm asking you about 1,000 divided by 10? You will ask yourself, you will look, yeah, miss, for the basic fact in 1,000. Yani, what's the number here you can divide by 10 and you don't have remainder? Yani, it's one of the 10's multiples. Actually, it's 10 divided by 2. Okay, it's 5. What? So I just hide the other zeros for a moment. Then I say 5. And what about the other 2 zeros? I just put them here. Maybe because here you have 10 as a dividend, it will be a little difficult. Let's go fact numbers that are easier for you. Like for example, now let's take 54 divided by 9. The answer is 6. Okay, because actually 6 times 9 is 54. So 54 divided by 9, it's 6. What about if they ask us about 540 divided by 9? What's the answer? I will look at the fact or the basic facts in this, in this problem. The basic fact here is 54. And I know that the 0 is actually, it's added to it. Okay, because 54 divided by 9, it's 6. So you will just take the basic fact and hide the 0 for a moment. And after you finish, just put the 0 back. Okay, what about 5,400 divided by 9? Again, just hide the 2 zeros with your little hand. And then ask yourself, 54 divided by 9, it's 6. Sure, put 6, then ask how many zeros left? 2 zeros. So what about putting the 2 zeros next to it? Okay, now as you can see here, looking at the other example, I just want you to remember that we are depending on the idea of using or the concept of using the basic facts. I ignore the zeros added as I exactly did actually in multiplying or in multiplication, but here it's division. So I will say 90, for example, divided by 9. I hide the 0 and I say 9 divided by 9, it's 1. Sure, yes. Then how many zeros left? 1 0, just put it here. 900 divided by 9, hide the 2 zeros. 9 divided by 9, it's 1. How many zeros left? 200, just put them here. Okay, so 9,000 divided by 9. Come on, let's think about it. Hide the 3 zeros. 9 divided by 9, it's 1. How many zeros with it? 3 zeros, so it's 1,000. Okay, so I'm sure, Miss, it's easy for you and you understand it well because actually you have no problems, inshallah. You had no problems when we took multiplication of multiples of hundreds, tens, hundreds, and etc. So division is the same. You just have to hide the 0 and find the answer. Let's go, Miss, to the book and solve example 1 and example 2.